You won't believe what Bahati just did. Hours after Kenya lost a giant, this musician dropped a post that has literally broken the internet. A tribute song to Raila Odinga, the same man he fought with on national television over the Mathare seat. But wait, that's not even the crazy part. The real shocker, what's hidden in the lyrics he's about to release. Stick around because this story has more twists than you could ever imagine. Just hours ago, Bahati Kenya posted something that sent shockwaves through social media. The image showed him standing beside a tribute to Raila Amolo Odinga with a bold caption, "Bye Bye," a special tribute song to Raila Amolo Odinga. Over 13,000 people have already liked it, and the comment section absolutely exploding. But here is where it gets more interesting. This isn't just any random celebrity posting condolences. This is Bahati Kenya, the same artist who challenged Raila's political machine when he ran for Mathare parliamentary seat under the ODM banner back in 2022.
Watu wangu wa Mathare! Watu wangu wa Mathare! Kwanza nichingia kama mbunge wenu. Unajua mimi nimeteseka na nyinyi hapa kama vijana. Kitu ya kwanza nataka hii uwanja. Hatuwezi kuwa tunatoka hapa tunaenda kucheza kamputo yoyo bila siku.
The very same Raila who represents an entire political dynasty in Kenya. The tension between them, it was palpable, it was visible, it was real. And now in the aftermath of Kenya's political giant passing away, Bahati has made a choice that has divided the entire nation into two camps. Some are calling it a genuine, others are calling it calculated. The announcement came with a music release scheduled for today at 10 in the morning, which means the conversation happening right now, the reactions flooding in, and the debates on Twitter and Facebook in group chats across Kenya, they are all building towards a massive moment, a moment where Bahati will either prove that this is a heartfelt tribute to confirm everyone's suspicion that this is nothing more than just a strategic move to capitalize on this tragedy. But that is not all. Wait until you see what actually happened between Bahati and Raila back then in 2022. The details are so controversial, so contentious that even veteran political analysts are shaking their heads, and Diana Bahati, she has been quiet, suspiciously quiet until now. Let's rewind to 2022 because this is where the real story begins. Bahati Kenya was riding high on his music career. He had the fans, he had the platform, and he had the ambition, but music wasn't enough. He wanted more. He wanted a seat in parliament, specifically the Mathare parliamentary seat, one of the most contested for, most important seat in Nairobi's political landscape. And here is the thing, Mathare isn't just any typical constituency. It's the heart of Nairobi's struggles, its hopes, its political movements. It's where movements are born. It's where politicians prove themselves or fall apart. It is where Raila Odinga has historically maintained immense influence through the ODM party.
I campaigned with my own money to the end.
How much money did you spend, sir?
I spent roughly 27 million Kenyan shillings.
So what does Bahati do? He doesn't go independent. He doesn't carve his own path. He joins ODM. He aligns himself directly with Raila's political structure. He becomes part of the machine. The move was strategic, calculated, and frankly a brilliant one from a political standpoint. But Bahati understood that running under ODM in Mathare without Raila's blessing was essentially political suicide. But running under ODM with that blessing, that meant access to party machinery, voter mobilization, and the political credibility that comes with such an alliance. But here is where the story takes a dark turn.
And this certificate here is not only for Bahati. This certificate represents many other youths.
The relationship between Bahati and Raila Odinga deteriorated rapidly. The exact details of what happened behind closed doors remain murky. But what we do know is this: Bahati's candidacy didn't go smoothly. There were complications, there were tensions, and there were accusations flying back and forth about party nominations.
This is a sign of hope. I respect my president, and I respect Honorable Raila Odinga.
About fairness and about who deserved the ticket more, the political establishment was watching. Raila's allies were divided, and Bahati, he found himself caught in the middle of a power struggle. He didn't have full control. Some sources suggest that Raila's team didn't fully support Bahati's candidacy the way they initially promised. Others claim that Bahati made statements that irritated the political establishment. Regardless of the specifics, one thing became crystal clear: the relationship between the young ambitious musician and the veteran political strategist had fractured. The tension was visible in interviews. It was evident in public appearances. It was the elephant in every room they both occupied. Ultimately, Bahati didn't secure the Mathare seat. The nomination process was contentious, and he didn't make it through to the general election under ODM's banner. For Bahati, it was a humiliation on a national stage. His political ambitions had been checked. His attempt to transition from entertainment to politics had failed, at least for that cycle, and Raila Odinga, he remained the political heavyweight, the power broker who could make or break political careers with a single decision. Fast forward to today, Kenya woke up to the sad news that shattered millions of hearts. Raila Odinga, the man who shaped Kenya's political landscape for decades, who ran for presidency multiple times, who represented hope and resistance and political ambitions to millions, he was gone. The nation collectively mourned. Politicians released statements and citizens took to social media. The entire country entered a period of reflection on what Raila represented, what he stood for, and what his past meant for Kenya's future. But then came Bahati's post, and suddenly the national moment of mourning became something else entirely. It has become complicated ever since. It became questioned and it became very controversial. The question everyone is asking is simple but loaded. Is this real or is this clout? Is Bahati genuinely mourning the loss of a political figure who shaped this nation? Or is he capitalizing on a moment of national tragedy to stay relevant? Is Diana Bahati's silence a sign of support for the husband's tribute? Or is it evidence that even she is unsure about how this will be received? Let's think about this strategy for a moment. Bahati announcing a tribute song to Raila means dozens of things. First, it means cultural relevance. When a musician releases a tribute to a fallen leader, the artist becomes part of the historical narrative. They become the voice that captures the nation's emotion in song form. That's powerful, that's lasting, and that is exactly the kind of cultural moment that defines a career. Bahati will be immortalized as the artist who captured Kenya's grief at losing Raila Odinga. But it also means something else. It means potential backlash. It means critics will scrutinize every lyric, every note, and every moment of the song, looking for inauthenticity. They'll accuse him of commodifying tragedy. They'll question his motives, and they'll dig into his past with Raila and use it as an ammunition. The risk is enormous. So if Bahati went ahead anyway, what does that tell us? Does it suggest that maybe, just maybe, there is more to this than the pure calculation? Some Kenyans are theorizing that perhaps Bahati and Raila reconciled privately. Perhaps they had conversations we'll never know about. Perhaps there was a moment of understanding between them that transcended the political differences. Perhaps Bahati's tribute is actually the resolution of a story that nobody expected to end this way. Diana Bahati has remained notably silent. No Instagram stories, no public statements, no defense of her husband's decision, which raises the question, does Diana Bahati support this tribute, or is she distancing herself from it? In celebrity culture, silence from a spouse can mean everything. It can mean disapproval. It can mean she's letting him make his own choices and staying out of it. It can also mean she's worried about how this will affect their family's image. The Bahati's household, which has always been relatively transparent on social media, has gone dark at a moment when the entire nation expected them to be visible. And that absence, that silence is deafening, it's noticeable, and it's creating more questions than answers. On the other side, you have critics who are absolutely furious. They are sharing screenshots of Bahati's past political tensions with Raila. They are questioning whether a musician who was rejected by Raila's political machine has any right to capitalize on his death. They are accusing Bahati of opportunism, of clout chasing, and disrespecting Raila's memory by using his death as a springboard for relevance. Some are even suggesting that the tribute is insulting, that it transforms a genuine national tragedy into entertainment content. The debate has become so heated that major Kenyan media outlets are starting to cover it. News anchors are discussing whether celebrities should release tribute content immediately after someone dies. The song drops in hours. When it does, the narrative will either crystallize or become even more muddled. Bahati will either be remembered as an artist who captured a moment of national significance with grace and authenticity, or he'll be remembered as someone who capitalized on tragedy. But one thing is for certain: this moment, this decision, and this tribute is already becoming part of the Kenyan cultural history, and nobody, not even Bahati himself, can fully predict what comes next. This is one of those moments where you have to make up your own mind, watch the reaction unfold, listen to the song when it drops, and form your own opinion about whether Bahati's tribute is genuine or calculated. Because in the end, authenticity isn't something we can objectify or measure. It's something we feel, it's something we believe in or reject based on our own values, our own experiences, and our own understanding of what it means to honor someone's memory. The only certainty in this is Kenya will be talking about Bahati's tribute for a long time to come.